Welcome to the channel. I'm Glaff. This is the Brawl Commander Series, number 7 out of 36. Today we're going to be looking at Maja Bretagard Protector. She gives all other creatures you control +1/+1, and every time a land enters the battlefield you get a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. Okay, when I first started Maja, I thought I had seen her in Brawl quite a bit, just here and there, and it seemed to do okay, but playing with her, it just wasn't working out. It took me quite a while to figure out a list that would consistently work for me. You can go a different route with this deck and make a lot of tokens, but also make a lot of +1/+1 counters, stuff like that. I think maybe she's not the best commander in that situation. So this is what I've settled on to really push her to the limit. If you're in a heavy control, like a lot of spot removal, she's so expensive already, it's going to be hard to keep bringing her out over and over again and still getting a lot of the good effects from her. So you may end up taking out a little bit of the ramp and some of the control aspects of the deck to add in a few more threats, a few more creatures to get to have them focus on something else other than her constantly. In this particular deck, if you don't have her out, there aren't a lot of other ways to win. We've got Ugin, he can win by himself. We've got, where are they? Scute Swarm, it can win by itself. But mostly we're focused on Maja. We really want her to be the star of this deck. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're gonna put as many lands down as we can. She's basically a landfall creature, create a 1/1 token. We're going to ramp up to her. This is nice because it both can be a token or a ramp card. So later in the game, you're definitely going to want to put it down as a land, but earlier in the game, you can ramp up to Maja quicker. Getting the 2-drop Maja. So our ideal game is getting a 2-drop ramp early, maybe Lotus Cobra. One of these, allowing you to get her out on turn 4, probably not 3. I think I've seen a turn 3 before, though maybe not. Maybe turn 4 is generally the quickest you can get her out. Often she's still going to be turn 5, but if you can get her out on turn 5 with a little bit of mana left open, often a Lotus Cobra with Roiling Regrowth, something like that, can get you a little bit of extra value quickly. Sometimes Azusa, you'll have some extra of the modal lands with some other lands. Let's see. Right now I'm running only 23 regular lands. That could go up. We've got Kabira Takedown, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modal lands. So that's a total of, 29 total possible lands, which is probably enough. You could go up 1, put in another, maybe even a plains. We're biased a little bit more toward plains than we might necessarily want to be, considering we only have half the amount of white compared to green, if you're seeing that. The reason being, we've got more early reasons to play white. Glorious Anthem and Skyclave Apparition are often something you really do want to play on the 3rd turn. Kazandu Mammoth can turn into a land, so it's not as critical. And then we're waiting until the 5th turn to be able to do the next. We have so much ramp, though. Generally, if you wait until the 4th turn, you've usually got your white source, so we could go down on a plains. So anyway, like I was saying, the ideal curve out is Maja on 4th turn with some sort of ramp, and then something like a a Cultivate or Yasharn, you know, just something that gets us a little bit extra land down quickly. And then, I mean, ideally it's Canyon Jerboa. If you can play the Canyon Jerboa next turn and then also put out some extra land, getting them all your 1/1s up to 3/3, attacking in with 5 4/4s or 5/5s, something like that. Generally, that's enough to make a person quit. The other quick one is to get to turn 4 with hopefully 5 land out, and then on your next turn, or on turn 4, you've got the ability to put the Scute Swarm out and then put a land down with whichever turn it is. It's wildly variable depending on if you've got Azusa or what kind of things you've got down. But whenever you get your 5th land, you play Scute Swarm, then you play your next land to play your 6th land. That's when it's really powerful, and then you use Cultivate, hopefully. That allows you to put 2 lands directly into play tapped, which gives you 4 Scute Swarms, turning into 8 the next turn with something like Glorious Anthem, or in that case you'd want Rally the Ranks to be Insect, rather than, generally you're going to want Rally the Ranks in this deck to be, I think, human. There are a couple of other humans. Of course, Maya's a human, and then Azusa is a human. So I don't think that there are any other warriors in the deck. No. Got some spirits and some squirrels and some shapeshifters. So whatever you do, the shapeshifter is going to be the right call there. But generally, that's the play. We've got Toski to draw some extra cards. I go back and forth about Toski. He's gonna mill you in some games. You have to be kind of careful, and it's not like you can just stop using him. So hopefully you're not just poking them to death. You know, if you're in a situation where you're milling yourself, you're probably going to kill them. I've only had a couple of games where it was really close, where I almost milled myself, and the extra card draw is indisputably good. So I still play it. It's just scary sometimes, I should say. An extra land is nice. An extra land is nice. An extra land is nice. Felidar Retreat can just win you the game. This is the only thing I have left from the +1/+1 counter version of this deck. If you want to try that, the Conclave Mentor with the Scythe Cat and Prowling Felidar, things like that can be really good. It's just a very different deck, and like I said, Maya might not be the best commander for that version, but it's still a really fun way to play it, so you might try that. If you look on EtherHub, this should be linked in the notes for this video. I have a maybe board set up with some of those cards in it. Alright, let's try this out, see if we can get some good games. I've been getting a really good win rate with this so far. Hopefully it'll keep up for our videos. Moosey 219 playing Herald. Okay, Herald. I really like Scute Swarm. It's its own win condition, so I guess we'll keep this. Normally I'd like to see a little bit more ramp. We have Migration Path, which is basically none. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not quick. We'll probably be using this as, you know, I would like to get Scute Swarm back from the graveyard. Since this is our only green, I think we'll just play it first, get it out early. We might even wait till 4th turn, play Yasharn before we end up putting the Scute Swarm down on the field. No, I don't want to cycle that. It's still necessary. So if we play Yasharn, get ready for Scute Swarm, and then Migration Path. That looks like a good way to victory. Then if we grab enough land, we can hold McKindy Swarm to beat him down in the end. Okay, that's good. This really pushes us forward. Looks like, okay, so normally we'd want white, but since we're going for a Scute Swarm victory, let's pick green. Unfortunately, this play somewhat ignores Maya. I'm just showing you one of the likely methods to victory in this deck. If you want to take out Scute Swarm, focus on Maya, that's perfectly fine. It's just, I'm looking to make this the best possible deck, not just focused on the commander, but as many win conditions as we can fit in while still making it a good overall deck. Even if Scute Swarm is at the bottom of it, I found this deck to do fine. So don't think that it's a necessary thing to draw. So putting down Yasharn and Temple of Plenty looks like a good play, because then we've got plenty of lands in the hand and a 4/4 threat on the board. And oddly enough, this is such a land-focused deck, I'm considering keeping it. I think we've got enough, though. Let's look for something else. The problem being, not putting back a land here, we have mostly ramp and removal, so we do want to find the removal, but we're probably going to find more ramp or something like that, and that's not really going to help that much here. Maybe it'll help us get Maya out and allow us to Migration Path and McKindy, you know, a little bit more comfortably. But okay, Lotus Cobra. We can Lotus Cobra. The Scute Swarm doesn't do us any good coming down on with 4 lands in play. We want it with 5 lands, because if they remove it at instant speed, then it still does hurt the deck quite a bit. So I think we can put, let's see, can we put Lotus Cobra, play a land, and play Maya. Okay, and hopefully they don't remove her. I think I'm just going to sit. He's just going to chump with a 1/1 if I attack, and it's better as a threat right now. Getting rid of the 1/1, there is a lot to be said for that. Okay, so now next turn we've got the Scute Swarm and Migration Path available to us. The turn after that, McKindy Stampede. We'll see if that's enough to... it won't be lethal, but often people will quit in that situation. Can you kill Maya? This is almost an ideal hand in some ways. Battle Mammoth's fine. We don't have any way to target their stuff in the hand. We have a few in the deck, but that's okay. Alright, let's see if we can make... Oh, okay. Oh, I already screwed this up. Unfortunately, we're going to miss a whole doubling of the Scute Swarm because I was talking about Battle Mammoth, but let's go for it anyway. Let's get 2 green, and plenty of white out. And I don't think we need it for anything. 3 mana is not going to do us anything right here, but still good. It's still a start. And I think attacking with Yasharn doesn't cost us anything this turn. That's the only one that's a trade. Getting rid of the Battle Mammoth might be a good idea. You might just take the damage too. Sometimes they want to pump up with the +2/+2 and give Death Touch before they attack, so they might want to hold on to every single little 1/1 they can. The only other play is to just make a straight trade, which, in my opinion, that's a bad play, but good to get rid of the big creatures, so not too bad. Oh, well, now we can see why they do that. Even though, so, I mean, it doesn't completely kill our deck, and I think that does worse for them than it does for us. So we can just refill. Wow. Put this on what? Scute Swarm? Yeah. Yep. Scute Swarm is the scoop card. I mean, hopefully you've been on both sides of that, not just on that side. Yeah, Extinction Event hits either the Scute Swarm or Maya's creatures. In that case, I think I would have used this to get rid of the swarm, because you can destroy the whole swarm at once. That seems like obviously a better play, considering each one of those is doubling every time I put a land down, whereas Maya just gives one creature each time, and so all I got rid of was just a few of my things, really. So without that misplay, the game would have looked a lot different. In my opinion, a misplay, that game would have looked a lot different. I think we can keep this. We've still got white through the Arcane Signet, plus it gives us a boost in turns. We can put Felidar Retreat down on 3. Spirit of Eldegard probably on 4, though maybe just put down Maya so I can start using the Spirit of Eldegard's land drop to pump out a 1/1. If we really want cards, we can put out Toski on 3 and start attacking. It'll just depend on what their board looks like. It's unlikely that he gets in by himself at that point. Three Forticast cards. That's okay. We've got ramp, right? Okay, is that going to be Doomscar? So maybe with that up, I think Toski might be the play. Getting Felidar Retreat out is really nice too, though. They're not going to use it until we have some threats out, so it's like, what do we want to give them? Nothing really. The biggest thing that's unfortunate is we haven't drawn into a second white yet. It's not necessary for our current plan, so that's okay, but not ideal. The Thorn Mammoth is a pretty good draw. Okay, so that's what was the Foretell card. Me talk can. And what do you do again? Exile. Ah, right. So this is a board protection spell, that's right. I think sticking with the Felidar Retreat is probably the best idea, growing the board just a little bit here. Starting by making a couple of 2/2s. Yeah, so when you see Furia and a Foretell card, it's probably Glorious Protector. I just completely forgot about that, unfortunately. Okay, so here we can put Maya down. I think we need to start that process. Let's do one more Cat Beast, and then we'll start pumping with +1/+1s. We want to grow our board up a little bit. Oh, okay. Good. Good. We don't want to attack with you. Sigrid takes the Toski. That's okay. Not even necessary in our game plan. Would have been really nice. Maybe we'll be able to kill Sigrid with the Thorn Mammoth pretty soon here. I think this might be a land this game. Let's see. Got 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could put Thorn Mammoth down next turn. Most likely be doing that. Let's put Mammoth down as a land. It's not going to grow that big, but it gives all of our other creatures +1. Let's see, that only leaves us with 3 mana left over, whereas Spirit puts a snow into the hand. So I think this is the play. That way we don't have to... Do we want one more? Let's put the +1/+1 down. That really gives us some power here on this board. And then this can just be a creature. Okay, the 4/4s definitely want to go in. They are ready. Some angel decks have life gain bonus, so like the angel that gives +2/+2 if you've got 7 over, or they might have the angel pumping cleric, you know, stuff like that. It can really be a pain. Yeah. Good games so far. This has been what I've seen, so. Alright, Evic. We're looking for someone who won't just scoop at the first sign of trouble. Sarolf. Sarolf can't kill... Let's see, it's... May remove all of them, exile, converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed in this way. Okay, so they can destroy our deck with Sarolf by removing a single counter. Without doing much damage to their self. So that could be a problem. We'll see. Nice. Okay. So they've got Sarolf able to come down next turn. So Roiling Regrowth basically only costs 1 with Lotus Cobra down. We can put down... He's probably got some removal though. Can put down the Elder Gargaroth pretty quickly. I think I want to play the Visionary next turn, draw a card. Probably doesn't want to do this too early. So, man, we could Kabira Takedown. Get some creatures out. So can we get enough mana? No. Okay, we could Roiling Regrowth. It's really hard to want to do that though. So I've got 1 mana left over in this situation. No ability to really take advantage of that. I mean, next turn we've got an easy Maya or an easy Gargaroth. I think probably keeping Sarolf off the field, though. Okay, maybe saving Kabira Takedown until he's about to get a counter, or until he gets a counter, and then we take him out right after he gets the counter might be the play. He can do something like binding the old gods, and see, he's going to take the Visionary, which isn't nearly as useful. I mean, he sees Maya here. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Okay, we've got 2 threats. Now, this feels a little bit necessary in this particular game to have the 2 different threats rather than just the one. Okay, so I put a land down. I've got immediately 4 mana, so I need 5 to be able to put Maya. I think that's the play. She probably dies. Maybe Gargaroth would be better right here. Let's give him another threat to worry about. Don't want to block with the Lotus Cobra because I need it. So we'll just attack in. See if he can kill the Gargaroth and then put Maya down next turn. Destroy target. Ouch. Okay. How much is that? 4 to cast. Looks like a good target there. Okay. Gonna hold off yet another turn. can't let that go on any longer. And unfortunately, I think this turns into... I can put it back down, of course. I think this turns into more mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I get an untapped land next turn, I can put Maja down and Roiling Regrowth. Otherwise, we'll see if he attacks in. We can Toski. No, of course not. Cultivate. Okay. Can we... So it's either one or the other. This is some tough choices here. I'm gonna have to save Kabira Takedown. So close. So if this were the untapped land, well, we'll see what you do. Toski would be nice just as a blocker too. For the first turn, block that 4/4 once, and then okay, he's gonna start drawing lands, and then I mean it can prevent 8 damage once, and then it's pretty much worthless for a while, but then eventually starts drawing you 10 cards in a turn. Generally, that's what I'm seeing with Toski, though, is it's kind of a win more card. If you're not familiar with that, it just means like by the time you can get by, if you're getting past them with creatures, then you're probably already winning, right? Okay, so this is a big turn. We can get some creatures down. We can Kabira take down the Sarolth. We have green to play other than Kabira. Let's put a couple more creatures down before we Kabira Takedown in case he has a pump spell in his hand. Yvik. Let's see, we want to suppose that down. We can play that next turn. Well, we can regrowth too, so we might as well. Oh. Forgot that happens. Wow, okay. So be careful of that. Green and white. And that gives us the ability to Kabira Takedown. Should be plenty of damage. He might have a snakeskin veil in his hand. Heroic Intervention. Okay, resets that so he can't kill all of our 1/1s. Can put out Toski. Oh, wait, 1, 2. You know, sometimes I think of the Lotus Cobra as a tap for mana creature. Unfortunately, that's not the case, is it? Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. He could have an eliminate and put a counter directly on it. And then we only have the 1 turn. That takes down our damage quite a bit. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. 10, 11 mana next turn. So that's enough to play Toski and Maja. Unfortunately, attacking in also is at a non-A permanent, so even the tokens dangerously low. This is giving us a run for the money, isn't it? Okay, so put Maja out. Put down the land. So that's 4, 3, 2, 3. So not enough to play the Signet. Not that we need it anyway. Okay, so the choice is give them 2 tokens. I think we're giving tokens anyway. Let's just destroy, not exile. No, it is exile. So each other non-land permanent. So he has to clear his whole board to be able to get rid of our board. He's probably not getting rid of his own wolf, so our Toski and Maja are protected. Let's draw some cards. I don't see how we prevent this situation from happening anyway. If he's going to clear the board, he should definitely be blocking with Boot Nipper. I feel like if we don't pressure, then it's game over already. Okay, 2 lands plus a spirit. That'll be good. We can definitely refill with that. Okay, he skipped the upkeep, did not want to clear the board. Good sign. That's okay. Kill Toski. Wow. That's fine. That's why we have. That's one of the biggest reasons we have Toski. To have him there to draw threats. If he can take an exile off of Maja, that's okay. Obviously, we prefer to keep him, but okay. So that's death. He gets another counter. So I prefer to keep the Maja and only take the 3. I don't think we have enough to kill next turn. Oh, trample on the 4/4. Alright, user error. Plenty of RAM. Got a top end threat there. Eluna. This can be difficult. Oh, I should have. I'm going to have to turn the Florahedron into a land, because I could have done that turn. Let's see, Eluna. It mutates, exile cards until you get a non-permanent, and you put it into your hand. May have to do an early Cultivate. We'll see if he plays anything worth Skyclaving. Glass Casket. I think that this is too good to pass up right here. Just go for 2 forests. Really prefer to keep Cultivate for Maja, but so whatever we play, they kill. Suppose I want to keep the Kabira Takedown for later in the game. Let's see if we can get a free card. I have my doubts. And then we can... Having the 5th land down, this is okay because then we play Maja and then... So if you play Maja on your 5th land drop... Ouch. If you play Maja on your 5th land drop, then you don't get the extra creature right away, but if you play her when you have the 5th and then you can drop one with her, that's generally a better play. Okay. So... maybe hold off a turn and not even drop a land, and just take out both of their... Oh, I can't because I'm land short. I'd have to put a land down to do that, and missing a land drop is bad anyway. No blue sources, but if he has one in his hand, then Aluna comes down on the egg as a 7/7 flying trample. We can't Skyclave. Okay, so we need some creatures down. Maybe it's time to actually put Maja down and start boosting up for the Kabira Takedown. We're gonna have to put a big Kabira Takedown on the board. Okay, we just hope he doesn't kill it. Will hope be enough? Still Skyclave the beast, and then it's just we can't glass casket the mysterious egg now. That would have been the play. Oh. Another huge threat. Yeah. This looks like trouble. How far are we away from Ugin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got an indestructible 3/4 seems pretty good. And that gives us a land to be able to play the Spirit of Bretagard, which gives us another land, which gives us Ugin. We can't decide whether or not to attack with that, but that's okay. It's tempting to want to do that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still blast casket the egg. Apparition. Suppose apparition on the questing beast is good. And next. 7/6, we just don't really have, and that's 6 to cast, so that takes us down to 1 on the Ugin. Maybe just dropping the Kabira Takedown for Ugin next turn is probably better. This is just too scary. We are practically dead. Yeah, I got 2. Well, what are you afraid of? Yes, attack. I promise you that's the better play. Yep, putting the Kabira Takedown for Ugin obviously would have been the play. Our only hope. Are you a land? You are not a land. Saving the apparition wouldn't have helped. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could I possibly have miscounted? No, I did not. I can attack and draw a card. Let's see if he wants to block. See, I could kill the goose with glass casket, but then I don't have enough. Doesn't want to give us a card. Oh, do you? Please give me a card. That's the only chance. You don't want to lose your goose. Okay. Okay, we can stay alive another turn. Spirit will come out as a 5/4. I think I need untapped land. No, I guess I didn't. Yeah, well, have one more threat. Oh, sorry to be so slow about this decision. It's just okay, that's flash, so I don't need to put it down yet. We have instant speed. There, nothing to hit with that. Let's go. Alright. Can I please have one more turn? Okay, mutating. I figured as much. And he gives it +1 and kills the 6/4. Plus. +2. Does the Great Henge affect that? I thought it was a. No, it was a 6/6. Or 7/7. Okay. Let's see. What mutations is that? +1, +1. Yeah, we can't get rid of the henge with it again, huh? Okay, 9/9. No trample this time, so let's kill Kogla. One more land down. Kind of want to save this for Maja, but I feel like being under this much pressure. Good idea to do that. Save the glass casket for the was it 4/4 creature that comes out after the sky. Oh, I should have blocked with the Skyclave. What am I thinking? Block with the Skyclave. He gets his creature, and then I don't have to use my glass casket. How much is this? 5. So I have to go for 5. Anything up here we can hit. No. So just 5. Still going to be at 1. Very dangerous position. With no threats on the board. Person saying hello to me. Could someone manage the cat, please? Nice. Yes, nice. Could someone take the cat, please? Oh, you guys. Never mind. And that's game. I could go for 4. You're gonna hello me again. Nothing. Boosting up with henge and everything. I think that they got their one of their ideal draws. good ramp here. Been trying to make an Agar deck. See what they put in theirs. Okay, let's keep ramping up. We can put down. Just remember, this only works if you have a creature in the graveyard, but I would have been able to kill his ramp play. This deck is a really tough matchup. He's going to have a lot of removal, and then it's going to draw him cards. So every time I play Maja, she's just going to die to removal. So let's try to play around that a little bit. Or do we want to just put her down? Because this dying hurts too. We can... Maybe they'll want to play out a giant next turn. I really would like to Kabira Takedown the creature, but don't think I'll get a chance. Let's just play out the 1/1. He's almost definitely killing Maja this turn or next. If it's next turn, we could Kabira. Okay. You draw your second card, deals 3 damage to any target. Does he draw the card? He wants to draw a card, so that's fine. Infinite targets for Iron Tag Pyromancer to draw infinite land, so we can get a little bit of value here at least. Cultivate into Root Grazer. Probably should have just taken 2 green. Maybe Hunt. Into Root Grazer, right? Not bad. A little bit of pressure at least, right? We need to scry with the Omen soon. And pick up and put down a land next turn. As I was saying, this just isn't gonna be an easy game. So that's interesting. Let's see what we have so far. Reduce to Ashes, Glimpse of Freedom, draw a bunch of cards. Is it worth killing Agar here? Probably not. So 5 to cast, takes his next turn, but reduces us quite a bit. Suppose we don't need the stuff. Let's see, 6, 7, 8. So we can play Maja. I suppose we don't need to scry before the draw with Omen. If I didn't have a play with most of my mana next turn, I'd want to scry first by sacrificing Omen of the Hunt. Yasharn looks like a next turn play. Masked Vandal, sure. Take that out. Probably rather get the Root Grazer back at this point. Gonna do some damage. Here we go. And this game's just over. Them having how many cards? 7, 8. Yeah, 7 cards in their hand with the ability to draw more. Every single turn, they get to draw off of every spell they cast. Is just not going to work out. The Sharn goes down. Put one of the ones that they already know that we have out. A bit better there. Attacking just gives him the ability to draw a card. It does 4 damage. Probably not the best. Replicating Ring helps us if we get... Okay, so it's still on the board. That's a good... I was going back and forth about Giant's Grasp. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. I will definitely be putting Giant's Grasp in my Agar deck. Yeah, just nothing at all. May I please have Maja back? Kind of shuts the deck down to have you holding on to her there. Can't really attack him with anything until he kills the creature. Second spell. Okay, so there's plenty of power. If you want to see how this game turns out, I'm going to keep playing because I'm interested in the Agar deck, but this is definitely a loss. If you don't want to see the downward spiral of a failing deck, you might just skip to the next video. Or to the next part of this video. Please don't skip to the next video quite yet. This match is definitely over. Okay. We can app our Maja back to the hand. Let's kill their Agar. Does that give us back control? Good, okay. Well, maybe I told you to stop watching too soon. They have so many tricks, though. It's hard to imagine that just turns the tides with 8 cards in hand, 10 land, or 10 mana out. Lets him just put Agar back down. In that situation where you don't have your Maja out, you may have wanted to hold back a couple lands in hand for when you get her back. I had kind of given up the game, so never a good idea, I suppose. Attacking with Yasharn is probably the play. It's random what the Cinderheart Giant does damage to, so it's only a 1 in 4 chance after Yasharn dies. 2 damage, kills a token. Just infinite card draw. I like this version of the deck. I have to remember some of these cards. This is similar to what I have. I don't have Thrill of Possibility. I waffled on Solemn Simulacrum. 9. Well, we've got Replicating Ring, so she's basically free next turn. Okay, he's going to draw another card. I can almost guarantee it. Maybe 2 or 3 this turn. Nope, just goes for the play, so maybe just 2 cards. Nope, just attacks with that. I want to give him another card. Does it even matter? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A Could sack the whole board. That kills my Yasharn also because all of these die, and then it does set into that. Let's give him the game. Let's see what happens when we can take over the board here. Not a bad card. So we've got plenty of mana to cast her as many times as we want now. Kindi Stampede is a sorcery. Remember that you can't use it in battle or on their turn, so you have to play it before your battle. Keeping them down by attacking with one creature a turn hasn't been working. Nothing here works, does it? Let's see. 23. Even if he didn't block with anything, that would be 8, 14, 5, 10, 24 damage. So if he blocked with nothing, we could win. If we attack with everything, we have nothing to block with. Let's go in, stampede him with a couple of creatures, and save a couple back. Let's see, we think we can afford that. We can keep casting Maja as much as we want after the replicating ring is gone off. More than 2 blockers? Probably. We probably do need 3. Just on the off chance that something is found. Ironcrag Pyromancer is any target, so that gives him the ability to kill a creature. Oh, good game. Yes, that's not rude at all. Okay. So that is game here. Let's just hand. That's a lot easier. Let's just show you what happens whenever Cyclone Summoner comes out. And then we have a rude person who doesn't just attack you. They want to play Double Vision and cast as many things as they want to show us how dead we were. Ooh, you're very special. Good job, Captain Crunch. Good game. Okay, I'm keeping this because I have a replicating ring. Allows me to play out a Cultivate and a Spirit, so that's plenty of green over time. Probably be able to play Maja out. Since I only need 1 green mana to play Maja, that's still a 4th turn. Maja play, allowing me to keep the Spirit and the Cultivate. Is this another mutate deck? Whenever he mutates, return any number of target creature cards with total power of 10 or less. So every mutate, he gets back everything that I've killed. Not cool. This puts a land directly onto the battlefield. This puts it into your hand. This puts 1 onto the battlefield and 1 into your hand. Okay, so next turn I've got a Maja down, and Banishing Light's really good in this situation. I wonder if this is a version of the oh so popular enchantment deck that's been going around. 5/5. So probably wait until he plays this and then finish the first time that exiles some stuff. Well, see, white and black is death to Maja colors. I say we take the chance this turn and see what happens, because it is a good, very powerful play. I'm gonna try not to play around my opponent too much. You always want to be thinking of what they can do, but when I'm doing that, I have the tendency to overplay into what they might have in their hand. And in Brawl, it's such a random set of cards, you don't want to do it too much. So it looks like he can't kill the Maja this turn, which allows us at least to start our board. Okay. What's the first play? We've got Cultivate reveals a card, so we might as well get that down. Don't want to banish quite yet. Omen of the Hunt puts 1 land down. Okay, so let's start with the Cultivate, and then we've got 3 for Omen of the Hunt. We want a green. And we put the white down. Green goes to the hand. Play the green. And Omen of the Hunt. For a green. One more. So next turn is probably this mutate creature. He might have another one. Looks like he's going to want to play him on the Zagoth Mamba for the -2s because that gives him -4, which kills Maja. I don't know, if he doesn't mutate, it's really tempting to want to. There he is. So Maja dies. I think 3 -2 -2s. Okay, going after a creature. Oh, it's not for every time this creature is mutated like some. Okay. No blocks. So, ooh. Actually, that was a definite block, wasn't it? Okay, oh well. We go here. Fight it. If I could get a +1. Fight it with the Root Grazer? I don't think so. This goes into the hand, so that's not another land this turn. I never want the Arctic land there, so it makes me wonder if I should even have it in the deck, really. Getting more tempting to banish. He can't kill anything with it right now, though. I could fight, kill the Necropanther. That might be good. Is this flying? No. Death Touch, Lifelink, so that still gets banished. I think I do want to kill this. Okay, what's its other abilities? Gaining life and -2, -2. So he gets to kill a creature anyway. It's possible I want to keep this to fight it the next time he brings out his commander, but let's start here, and then hopefully it's just a mutate onto the Mysterious Egg, and then I can banish that next turn. Evolving Wilds, no. Okay. So he's going to need to probably grab a white or a green. He doesn't see him. Oh, okay. Could just banish the egg. Definitely want to kill that creature. It's going to be a lot harder for him to bring it out at 7. So draw. Halfway through our replicating ring. Azusa doesn't do any good this game, but here she is. She's a 2/3 creature. Might as well put this out. Definitely going to want to remember to sacrifice the Omen before next turn. Hold back the mana and the card, though, until just do it at the end of his turn. There's no reason to do it now, except that I'll likely forget. So he wanted another swamp. That's interesting. sacrifice creatures all day, can you? I'm going to keep my bear. There are a couple of things in the deck. Wow. It's getting more tempting. And another land. Oh, see, that's why. Too bad, huh? I would have just put both of those to the bottom. This is tempting to keep, though. I really do want more. Okay. Alright, let's just put out... Let's do our Maya things. It's just getting too big to ignore. Our board was too wide for him. See, we can beat some mutate decks. Wow. What's that? It's not Gadwick, is it? Tulane, Teller of Tales. This isn't a commander I've played against before. Don't see that very often. Wow. Wow. Well, that Vanishing Light's definitely going to come in handy. Yeah, we'll keep this. Definitely want to keep a 2-mana ramp here. Oh, no. Well, we need to play a quick game. If he gets the tutelage and a couple of other things, then this could be over quick. He's got green in there, so he can put a Cultivate or all sorts of things that are very disruptive to our game plan now. So that's 4 mana available. I can only take advantage of 3. If I put a Cultivate, then I get 1 more mana. Getting 2, so now. Let's put out the Jerboa for now. Could Cultivate and then Bala Ged Recovery. Maybe attacking into the crab to see if he wouldn't block it. I don't know. Probably would block it. It wouldn't have hurt us though, would it? Okay, so it's somewhat of a landfall deck. Return creatures to your hand. Maybe this is an older deck that I haven't seen yet, so Maya can come down now. Doesn't matter. I think that's a good attack, right? Jerboa is something we want to see every game if possible. It's surprisingly good in this deck. As you can see, we've got 2 lands coming out next turn. Felidar Retreat. So this is going to play out somewhat similar to the deck we're playing, with some mill, though, as an added bonus. Pretty interesting, huh? Alright, now do we want to kill Fledgling or Ruin Crab? Because I definitely want to kill something. I think we can afford to Cultivate first. Let's just get the 2 green. Okay, ambush on... These big creatures make the Fledgling look less worthwhile. We're already down to 37 after just that many turns, and he's probably going to ramp up pretty soon. The thing is, as the fledgling grows, it's going to get harder and harder to deal with, and I'd hate to have to banish it. So do we take the chance? I guess we do. We'll play out a shorter game. No, I should have done it on something else, so now they can kill Maja, and I can't attack with her. Don't have quite enough land to want to waste one, to waste 7. What do we have milled? Is there anything that kills them quickly? I thought our retreat would have been nice before we played all that out. I'm not sure that it's good now. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Down to 31. Plus he gets a bunch of creatures and +1 counters if he desires. Have to Ugin our own creatures eventually? I hope not. Okay, this is good. Probably Bala Ged. Maybe just banishing that retreat is the play. Hate to do it, but it's a 2/4. So we can do it after the attack. I can double up on Maja, but that's okay. I think I just want to get in there as quick as I can. Is there anything to return to the hand? I've got 1 mana in the mana pool. Suppose I could do Cultivate, Felidar, Rally the Ranks. Be able to play Rally the Ranks, right? Candy Stampede, Public Banner. Only got a little bit here. Maybe Masked Vandal. God. Maybe just going wide is the best play here. It gives our Jerboa another hit next turn. Just hit him for all we've got before he can go off. And okay, keeping him on the back foot here. No worries, we got this. Don't even need Ugin. I think that was the right play to keep the fledglings small rather than worry about the play there. So Migration Path and Cultivate would have really overrun him with that Jerboa. Plus we could have just banished out the biggest creature and just stomped right over. Plus our board is so wide it didn't even matter. Veto. Okay, no white sources. Roiling Regrowth, though. Hopefully we draw one before we have to play that. Definitely want to give that to Maja, not use it to cast Maja. Grab one with Omen, but I need one more. So, let's see, maybe. Roiling Regrowth is one of the best in the deck because it puts 2 land directly into play, and that's what we want to see. Okay. Now we can Omen next turn and hold the Roiling Regrowth for Maja. It only grabs 1 land total, but putting 2 land into play I mean, is that more important? It depends on the situation, of course. You can kill the Florahedron if you want to, I guess. So Veto is a cool card. If you've played against Veto or played with Veto as a commander, I have a friend that has played against me with him a lot. I haven't played against it with this deck yet, though, so I'll be interested to see how it works. Now I am... If the Florahedron dies, that puts us off a turn. Don't want to risk it. I want to get Maja down soon. Might be saving removal for her. It's going to do 2 damage. Okay. Do more than 2 damage this turn. Go up to 28. Evil, I say. Okay, so can I get Maja out? Let's see, we're not too far from Thorn Mammoth. Looks like the turn after next will be Thorn Mammoth. Maybe just playing this out as a land this turn is good. Could ambush next turn and Roiling Regrowth. Might end up playing Kazandu Mammoth as a... Yeah, and Thorn Mammoth might be the play here sooner than I thought, so maybe getting the Arcane Signet down pretty quick. He'll race us down and gain a lot of life, so we have to keep taking Veto off the field like 3 times. Probably has something to kill Thorn Mammoth, though he's already used the Heartless Act, so hopefully not. Spirit of Aldergard gives us 1 in our hand and puts a good threat on the board, so I think we can Signet. And Spirit of Aldergard. I'm not in any hurry right now. Let's see. Going with the green. To get the Roiling Regrowth out, considering I'd like to keep it for the next cast of Maja. I think Thorn Mammoth coming out first, just to slow it down a little bit. 5, so he'll have 5 already on the board, so we have to kill it twice. Hopefully the Thorn Mammoth can kill it twice. We'll see. We can also fight him. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. We can cast next turn if we want to. So he's got a bunch of mana held back. That looks like it's probably removal. Why not play a creature if you have it? Piper makes rats. Sacrifice 3, gain control of a creature. I mean, Mammoth can come down and kill the Veto right away. That at least takes up his next turn. And we can fight it when it comes back down after he kills the Mammoth. That stops him from... Can we put a creature out too? No. So that's why I want Maja down before you put Mammoth down, because then you can fight multiple things by just dropping a land. Well, I'd rather lose Mammoth, I guess, than Maja, because Mammoth is basically can remove a bunch of creatures, and that's great. But in this situation, I still need a board. And it doesn't give me a board. It doesn't give me a win condition necessarily, like Maja does. So if he kills the Mammoth before it hits, that's a huge problem. He definitely should. Okay. Let's put the land down anyway. Is that true? Is that what I want to do? I suppose this should be a creature. Well, let's hold on to it. Attack with the bear. Take him back down to 25. Could have been 24. Holding on to as much land as I can. Let's see, if I would have put the land down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still not enough to ambush and Maja, or Roiling Growth and Maja. So feeling like I want to just... Okay, collect control. That's not too bad. 1 and 2 and submit 0. I don't want to run my mammoth into their troll. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose. I want to give him a card. Could just block it all. I still have the 7 mana without the... Maybe giving him a card's not that bad in this situation. Though these do pump up to actually be good creatures for me with Maja down. Could take the damage. Let's just give him all of our creatures except for the ones he just gave us. See, it feels like a bad trade. Okay, no attack. This is 5 to cast, so App doesn't hit him. Can't ambush it. 2 mana left over. Oh, so I would have had 3. Target 7/7. Submit 0. Maybe soon I can trade. So yeah, if the Tangled Florahedron does give me a Roiling Regrowth, if I would have put this one down as land. I mean, I suppose I could target it and then attacking in with all my other smaller creatures. He can't block it. Probably blocks the bear then, so I lose 2 big creatures. Submit 0. Do I have any way to pump up the creatures? No. Do I want to skip a whole attack just so he doesn't kill anything? I can still attack in with a couple. That way he only gets the Florahedron. Still do 5 damage, taking him to 21. This does shut down his attack. I'm able to block the 2 big creatures here. He can only kill one of them, unless he's got some sort of pump spell. You want Veto back? You want to take up your whole turn with Veto? Down to 14. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Guess I could double block here. Take 1 point of trample damage. Okay. So having that Mammoth down would be nice, being able to put the Roiling Regrowth and then fight. It's holding my bear back, so I'm hoping he doesn't attack in. I suppose if he does, that's okay. It puts me at 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rough. Veto is going to kill me pretty quick when it comes back down. Just don't really see the option of blocking there being that great. Sharn's pretty good. At least that gives me another blocker and some land. Makes my bear a little bit bigger. I can tap it down next turn. I think I'll probably have to do that. Can I put the Mammoth down this turn? Yes. Okay, we are both quite pressured. I think giving him an extra card this turn is not a bad idea. If he can really push a lot of damage. Let's see, that's 3 damage to me. Can't quite kill it with what's on the board. So, I'll do 3 more now. Okay, is that game? Let's see. I can go in for quite a bit here. Yeah, that's game. I would have liked to ambush the Blackbridge Troll because it's so annoying. But since we can kill Vito and attack him, then obviously that's the play. Very close game. Good job, Vito. Slayster. Okay, back for the wrap-up. We definitely won more than we lost. Let's see. I remember one specific very difficult loss against the Mutate deck. Was that the only one? There may have been another loss. I think there was one I could have played better, even if it wasn't a loss. So it's not that complex, but there are some things you have to get right. Most of it's fairly simple. I was surprised that Maja turned out to be a good commander, because at first I just couldn't get her to work, and when I was getting her to work, it was with things that, like I said in the beginning, she's probably not the ideal commander for. But this type of landfall deck, without it being too overly counters, there's enough win conditions here, and there's enough way to make a whiteboard work really well. We didn't get to see much Rally the Ranks, unfortunately. That can be a lot of fun. The Thorn Mammoth, all the different answers we have generally makes it okay. As we saw, Replicating Ring can put her out for the 4th or 5th time quite easily, with all the rest of the ramp in the deck. There's enough synergy here that I find this to be a surprisingly good deck. I've beaten Asika more times than I've lost against her. That's one of the better decks out there. It's got enough control in it. It's got enough threats that I think that she's worth playing. It's a really fun deck. I worked really hard on this one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Good luck and have fun.